How to play Chopin's Etude Op.10 No.3 without tension. Hi, my name is Lisa Maria Blanco. I'm a classical pianist and performance coach. Today I would like to address how to play these chromatic passages and also the sixths of this beautiful etude. Pianists often talk about tension and that they feel pain in their arms when they're playing these kind of passages, and they mostly don't know why. They don't know what are they doing wrong. And that's the main thing to point out. We really have to know what are we doing wrong to be able to fix it. So first of all, you need to check if you are tensioning any muscles or one of the 3 points that I talked about in the second master class, where I was paying attention to flexibility, the importance of flexibility in playing the piano. And we have 3 important points to pay attention on. We have our wrists, that they need to be flexible. Our elbows, they also need to be relaxed and hanging. And our shoulders need to be down and relaxed. First of all, pay attention to these 3 points when you're playing these kind of passages and you're practicing them once and once again. If you're repeating some passages with tension or contracting your muscles, you could be addressing a lot of pain and illness. So that's the great importance of practicing correctly and relaxed. Let's start with the chromatics we have here. Chopin writes some fingerings, which I consider they're very useful, but fingerings is an important thing to pay attention on also, because sometimes fingerings are not the best option for everyone, as we are different people, different persons, and our bodies are different. They need very specific solutions for each problem we focus on. In this case, for example, Chopin writes third finger in all the second, fourth. He always writes the same fingering: fifth, third, fifth, third, fifth, third, fifth, third. But in my case, in my personal case, knowing that I don't have a big hand, I have quite small hands. In most of the cases, for me, it's easier to use fourth finger. So pay attention, and during your practice, be very open and ask yourself if what is written is the best option for you. If it's not, then you have to figure it out and you have to find the best way to do it. It's most of the problems and the technical challenges we encounter in the instrument and in the pieces are because we have to find our own way to play them the best. But of course, there are some foundations and some concepts that we can always apply, and that allows us to be in the best way and prepared to find the best solution. That's how I came up with the 4 core pillars we can apply during all our practice. And in every kind of pieces we're playing. Those are alignment, strength, weight, and flexibility. I talked about deeper in the previous videos. If you haven't checked them out, please go to the playlist and you will find them all. Also, if you want to start right away strengthening your hand position and your hand bridge to be able to play any kind of passages, you will find in the description a link for the free piano technique playbook where you will find 5 exercises, practical exercises, to start strengthening your hand bridge and start feeling the difference when you play the piano. If you have strength in your hands and in your fingers, then you can manage it better when you play the piano. So, what would be the wrong way to play this? If you are tensioning your wrist like this, like very stuck and without movement at all, and your fingers feel weak, they don't know where to go, and also you will probably feel that you are kind of floating, probably because you have your wrist up. Or your fingers don't know where to go. First, start teaching your fingers where to go. So you can practice it slowly, only with the upper part of the passage. And as you see, I'm playing very legato. The lower part. And then together. As you see, I try to connect all the notes, and at the same time my wrist is helping me to move through the keyboard. And also my elbow. The same is happening in the left hand. Here is even easier because it's closer. All the fourth and fifth are closer to each other. So pay attention also to the fingerings here. And as we practice it slowly, we also want to make some dynamics that will help us to first relax tension in the beginning, because it's pianissimo, it's piano. You don't have to give it all from the beginning. And also it helps you find the phrasing, it helps you find the moving and the intention. The last thing I will point out is find these notes as release points. What would that mean? I talked about it in my first video, and those are the points where you are gonna support where you're gonna hold and feel your weight down, and release where you're gonna rest and release the tension. You're gonna feel all your muscles very relaxed. So all of these are gonna be release points. You see? I relax there. Also the same. Here, all of these are gonna be support and release. So we have 2 notes legato. So every time you find a 2 notes legato, it's support and release, support and release. That's very useful for all the pieces. You find this. Then we have octaves, con forza, so with strength. Give it all. You really need to find your own way to give that octaves, to play that. And this is probably the most difficult passage of this piece, where you won't think about so difficult because it's quite a slow etude and very cantabile, very, very beautiful. But in the middle, Chopin wrote an extremely difficult passage of only 2 staffs, that you have a lot of work there. And how to play that, because a lot of people would struggle with how to play this. What do I do? We have 2 notes legato, as I was saying before. So you would probably guess what we need to do. All of the first note will be support point and all of the second notes will be release points. That's the first thing you could probably know by now. But the second thing is flexibility. In this passage specifically, your wrist is gonna be the leader. The wrist needs to lead the fingers where to go. As you see. And an important thing is that the middle note will guide your wrist and will act as a support point to move your wrist. Look at this. You can even practice like this. Release. That's the middle note. Is acting as a bridge to lead the movement. The same. Lead the movement. Lead the movement. And that is going to be extremely useful for you to play those passages, those 6 that are probably the most difficult part of this piece. And also will help you find relaxation and comfortable feeling while you play that, because let's be honest, when we find difficult passages, we stress out and we feel tension and then we contract our muscles and nothing works out. We just ended by playing the round notes and also feeling pain and exhausted. So I hope this is helpful for you, try this slowly, please. Most of the time when we're playing the piano, we are repeating what we learn, like movements we learn, sensations we learn. It's like walking. It needs to be comfortable and natural. It needs to become natural for you to play the piano and for you to play difficult passages. So the only way to learn how to play this is by practicing slowly and really being aware of what you're feeling, what your sensations are, where is your weight, if you're aligned with the piano, and if you're applying the 4 core pillars into what you're practicing. Try these exercises and also try to apply them into your own repertoire, into what you're playing right now. Don't forget to check out the free piano technique playbook, where you're gonna start practicing 5 exercises to strengthen your hand bridge and start feeling the difference while you play the difficult passages, and to start building a solid technique foundation to be able to play whatever you want. See you in the next time.